So earlier we were discussing this topic heat, huh? Heat. So let's see what we have covered in the previous lecture, then we'll move forward. Okay. So earlier we discussed like which sort of energy the heat is. Like we already know that heat is a energy. So which sort of energy it is and what it can do. Okay. So we discussed basically on those parameters that what a heat can do. Then we discussed a term called temperature. Okay. So based on temperature, we'll be discussing the amount of heat. Then we discussed its unit, which is a calorie, and what is it interpretation in terms of work. Because as we know that heat is a sort of energy, so that can be converted into work.
Work.
Yeah. So we discussed that if I spent a 1 calorie heat, then ideally how much work can be performed with that heat. Okay, I'm saying ideally, so it's not like you can always convert the same amount of heat into 100% work, but that will be ideal case. Then we discuss what actually the temperature is and its different sort of scales, in which sort of scales it can be measured. So the famous three scales are Kelvin, Celsius and Fahrenheit. We discuss certain thermometers and their range, then the temperature scales, and there we discuss these formulas, how to convert the temperature in a certain scale into another scale. So I guess everyone is comfortable with these formulas.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. Then we discussed sometimes the question can be asked about the change, and in that manner we have to change, or we have to use this formula twice, this one. So what we came up with, instead of using two times, we can directly solve the question, the change, directly with this relation. Okay, so I gave one example also. Suppose we need to change the temperature from 100 to 60 degree. So the degree Celsius change is 40 degrees Celsius. Now I am asking what will be the change in Fahrenheit. So for that manner, one of the method is that you convert this 100 in a Fahrenheit, you convert 60 in the Fahrenheit, and then you subtract them. So you will get the change in Fahrenheit. But the second method is this one.
Direct.
Yeah, which is easier. You can just directly focus on what is the change right now and what will be the change in Fahrenheit. Okay. Then, yeah, in the same we discussed certain questions of changing, and this was it. And one more thing, we learned about the absolute term, the absolute temperature term, which is a Kelvin scale, nothing more. Just the Kelvin scale is called absolute temperature scale. And I explained the reason also why Kelvin is called the absolute, because its zero is the absolute zero. So up to this point, everything is clear to everyone? All of the things? Any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Okay, fine, very good. Okay, let's come to the second part of the second topic of this chapter. In the heat, what we discussed earlier was about temperature. So you need to keep in mind that are you comfortable with the temperature questions, the temperature scale? Then it is fine. The second part is calorimetry. Okay, so today we'll be discussing this calorimetry. So you can identify with the term that it is calorie and metry, which means measuring the calorie. Calorie means what?
Heat.
So basically, now we'll be calculating the amount of heat. So in the calorimetry, what we'll be doing? We'll be calculating,
Calculations related.
yeah, related to the heat. Okay, fine. So let's start then. So we'll start with calorimetry. So calorimetry, if I define it, what it is, calorimetry means Calorimetry means abhi just right now I explained.
Yes, sir. Measure of calorie
Yeah,
or
study of,
measure of heat.
Calculations related to heat.
yes, exactly. So it is study of amount of heat, amount of heat transferred from one object to another, from one object to another, considering no loss of heat, considering no loss of heat into the atmosphere or into the surroundings. Meaning suppose there is a heat, we have like 20 calorie heat. Okay, now we are transferring the heat to another object. Let's say uh, we have, it has zero energy, zero heat, we have given it 10 calorie heat. Now what will be the remaining heat now?
10 calories.
So I am considering that in the process there is no heat loss in the surrounding. If let's say 5 heat calorie was lost in the surrounding, then the remaining will be 5 calorie. Okay, so I am considering that there is no heat loss in the surrounding. Then I am saying we'll be discussing it in the calorimetry section. Okay, yeah. So to discuss it, first we need to check when the heat will exchange. The heat exchange will take place when? So everyone knows, naturally. Naturally means without any force. Okay, naturally means without any force. So naturally the heat always travels,
From hot to cold
yeah, higher temperature object,
to lower.
yeah, higher temperature object to lower temperature object, till both both comes at equilibrium. Equilibrium means same temperature, till both
Yes, sir.
have the
Equilibrium.
same temperature, and the term same temperature is known as equilibrium or thermal equilibrium, I'll say.
Hmm.
Okay, so till then the heat transfer will take place. Now let's see how the heat transfer take place. If I say, that there is a object A, this is object A, its temperature is let's say 70 degrees Celsius, and then there is object B, object B. So object B is having temperature 20 degrees Celsius.
Hmm.
Now the heat will flow from which to
A
this to
to
this.
B.
Okay, now as the heat loss is taking place from an object, its temperature decreases, and the one who's getting the heat, its temperature will rise.
Increase.
So its temperature will decrease, the down arrow shows the decrease, and now its temperature will increase.
So they will be equal at 45 degrees Celsius.
Yes, sir,
Yeah,
45 degrees Celsius.
exactly. So let's see what will happen now. This will keep on decreasing, this will keep on increasing. Now you know where is the possibility they will get in equilibrium. So I'll say at 45 degrees Celsius. Everyone got the idea how we came to 70 plus 20 divided by 2, which means it is 45 degrees Celsius. I have calculated both the temperatures and their average. So they will come at equilibrium at which temperature?
45 degrees
45 degree.
Celsius.
So 45 degrees Celsius, they will become equal. So ये हमारा आइडिया था दैट amount of heat given by this will be equal to given by taken by this. So ये scenario है and both will be equal at 45 degrees Celsius. Now has the concept that this statement is not correct, not always true. So I'll explain why. Why is that? In the process of heat transfer,
सर
temperature.
थोड़ा लॉस होगा ना?
No, I am not considering the loss. Forget about the loss. I have written in the calorimetry. We don't discuss about the losses. I am saying even without the losses, this process is not going to happen. Let me explain first. Okay, what is happening is that temperature is just the consequence of heat transfer. It is not the heat. So what happens when the two objects are in different temperature? What happens? The heat lost from an object is equal to the heat gained by the second object. In the process, it is not sure that both will be at same. I'll explain it with this. Suppose take a bucket of water. Take a bucket of water, okay? Let's say its temperature. Okay, let me give it with an example, okay? Just take solve it with the example. Let's say we have a bucket of water. How much it is? Let's say I'm saying it is 10 kg water. How much temperature it has? Let's say it is at 30 degrees Celsius. Clear everyone?
10 kg वाटर कैसे लेंगे?
अरे यार 10 liter water is equivalent to 10 kg
10
ना?
liter.
हाँ ठीक है.
Water it is same na?
Yes, because
Several times we discussed it already. Yeah, so 30 30 degrees Celsius it is. Now let's say we take a glass of water. ठीक है? Let's
हाँ.
say half kg hot water, and let's say it is half liter, okay? Half liter, or say half kg I'm saying.
हाँ kg.
Okay, then let's say its temperature is 90 degrees Celsius. By your logic, what should be the final temperature?
60 60.
60
Sir,
degrees
but
Celsius.
volume difference is there na?
Exactly. So that means I haven't specified regarding object A and B. So you cannot be sure that they will come at 45 degrees Celsius. Okay. So it is not the temperature which is at equilibrium that you will say the loss in the temperature will be the gain in temperature. No, the heat loss is equal to heat gain, not the temperature loss is equal to temperature gain. So if you mix it, what will be the final temperature? Of course, final temperature will not be equal to 60 degrees Celsius,
हाँ.
the 30 degrees Celsius. It will be very close to 30 degrees Celsius. Why? Because one glass of water will not affect that much to the bucket of water.
Yeah.
The idea?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Ha. So what I was explaining, that the transfer of heat, amount of heat is equal, but not the amount of temperature. So I'll write what is the law of calorimetry. Law of calorimetry. Law of calorimetry states that what states that the amount of heat heat given by the hot object, or the amount of heat lost by the hot object will be equal to the
Gain.
amount of heat
Gained by.
gained by cooler object. ऑब्जेक्ट क्लियर। और इसका मिसकॉन्सेप्शन क्या है, द टेम्परेचर लॉस इज नॉट इक्वल टू द टेम्परेचर दिस, so I am stating that heat loss is equal to heat gain. So this belongs to which law? Law of calorimetry. Okay, the heat loss is equal to heat gain, but I am saying the temperature loss is equal to temperature gain. There is no such law. Okay,
Not
there is no, this is wrong, there is no such law. Okay, but heat loss and heat gain, this belongs to which law?
calorimetry.
Calorimetry.
Yeah, so law of calorimetry. So now we'll discuss how then we'll define the heat, as I am sure that the heat loss and heat gain will be equal. So based on that we'll be calculating the temperature, of course, but how to define the heat? Okay, so let's see how to define the heat. We'll take an example. Suppose initially we took a bucket of water. Okay, so we took a bucket of water, let's say its weight was 10 liter, and to increase its temperature, suppose initially it is 20 degrees Celsius, to increase its temperature up to 30 degrees Celsius, we'll have to heat it. So suppose I am using a burner to heat it. Okay, yeah, so suppose 10 from 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, the required amount of heat was, let's say, 100 calorie. What do you think, how much heat will be required to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius?
10 calorie.
10 calorie.
10 calorie.
Okay with this? Yeah, 10 calorie. So now I know that this is something unique property. Now you know, to increase the temperature of 1 degree Celsius, we require 10 calorie heat. Now I'll ask, from 5 degree to 30 degree, how much heat will be required? Just tell me. From 5 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, how much heat will be required?
Sir, ideally तो 250 कैलोरी रखना चाहिए,
250
लेकिन थोड़ा
calorie
ज्यादा
होता है।
लगेगा ना।
250 calorie. So that means this, I know that for a degree Celsius change, how much heat is required. By that we can calculate that this thing will have this amount of heat. Okay, so based on this logic, we named it as a heat capacity. We named it what? Heat
Heat
capacity.
capacity.
Means to raise its temperature by 1 degree Celsius, how much heat is required? That will be called what?
Heat capacity.
Heat capacity. सबको clear है everyone? What is heat
हाँ सर।
capacity? What is heat capacity? The heat required
heat required to raise the temperature of
by
1 degree
1
Celsius.
degree Celsius is called heat capacity. Now remember, ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा that you will be asking 20 to 21 degree Celsius how much heat will be required. No, you can just calculate for 20 to 40 degrees Celsius, then later you divide it by 20. So you will get the heat capacity. Okay. Okay, so it is fine then. Yeah, so I guess heat capacity is okay with everyone. Now the problem, that this you have calculated for this specific water na.
हाँ
Now if I change the question,
तो लेकिन
instead of,
अलग लोगों के लिए क्या मतलब, पेट्रोल
exactly I am going to explain na. So if I take a different, let's say, instead of this 20 liter water, if I take now 30 liter water, so will this calculation be same? Will it be same?
No.
No,
No.
because earlier I calculated for 20 liter. Now I'm asking for 30 liter. So of
30
course
liter.
this heat will be different. Let's say now it is 150 calorie. So what will be its heat capacity then?
15.
हाँ 15.
So it means that heat capacity is not a very generic term, because for, like I said, for 20-liter water, it was what? It was 10. These are just empirical values, okay? I'm using these to explain only. For 30-liter water, it was, let's say, 15. So this is not a very generic one, na?
हाँ सर बदल रहा है.
At the beginning
हाँ
of
सर.
physics, yeah, at the beginning of heat, the physics, we discussed that this is a heat capacity, but this was not very useful as it was different even for the same object. Even for the water, it was different. So then we came up with term specific heat capacity. Okay, then we came up with the word specific heat capacity.
सर मतलब बॉइलिंग पॉइंट क्या?
No, 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 not boiling point. It was specific in the manner to the object. That means I took a, see, I took an example for 20-liter water, the heat was 10, heat capacity. Then I took a 30-liter water, the heat capacity changed. So we defined a specific heat capacity which will remain same for an object. That means
सर
water.
मतलब कितना भी वाटर हो
कितना भी water
तो
ले लो,
सेम.
same, exactly. कितना भी water ले लो, it will be same. So that's why the term specific is used.
सर
Okay.
लेकिन ऐसे कैसे होगा, मतलब अगर हमने 100 लीटर वाटर
That
लिया.
I'll explain. That I'll explain. Na? First, just see the logic. Okay. That I'll explain why it is happening. So first, are you okay with this? What is heat capacity?
यस
हाँ हाँ
सर.
So then we came up with the idea, which is
स्पेसिफिक हीट कैपेसिटी.
capacity. What is the difference in these two? That heat capacity is different even for the different masses. Suppose for water, 20-liter it is different, 30-liter it is different. But specific is quite related to the object only. For any amount of water, it will be same. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
यस सर.
Okay. So how we came up with the idea, means how we got the idea that how it will happen. Like you said, you must be having this question, how it is possible that for 20-liter water it was different and for 30-liter water it was different. Now I'll be defining something which will be related to water only.
हाँ
Okay, water only, it doesn't matter how much amount of water it is. So see, the logic was pretty simple. Like I said, see the logic. From 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, we got certain heat. Let's say it was 100 calorie. So did we raise only 1 degree Celsius or we raise some more amount of temperature?
सॉरी.
We raised how much of amount of temperature for 100 calorie? 10 degrees Celsius.
10 degree Celsius.
Yeah, but we calculated only for
1
1
degree.
degree.
degrees Celsius. So what we'll be doing, we have calculated for 20-liter. Okay, now
Yeah.
we'll divide it by 20. For suppose 10 calories for 1 degree Celsius. Now we'll divide it by more by 20. Now what will happen? It will become the heat of 1 liter water.
हाँ या
Everyone,
0.5.
what we have calculated, we have taken 10 degrees Celsius. We divided by 10 degrees Celsius, so the result came for 1 degree Celsius. Same we'll be doing with the mass. We'll divide by 20 kg, so 20 liter. So what will be the result now? It will be related to 1 liter water.
1 liter.
या
So now, as you know that we have a result of for 1 liter water. Now you can solve for any water. It
Yes
doesn't
sir.
matter if you pick 30 kg. All you needed is to multiply with 30.
मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे.
30.
If it asks for 40 kg, you need to multiply with
40.
40.
So it all came up with dividing by mass. If you
Yeah.
divide the heat capacity, if you divide by the heat capacity by mass, it will become what?
Specific heat capacity.
Specific
Heat
capacity.
capacity. Later on, when you require for the different amount of water, you can multiply with that mass. So that's how we came up with the idea of a specific heat. Okay. So now I'll discuss with the definition and all. Okay. So I guess the concept everyone got it clear.
Yes sir.
Yeah. What is heat capacity and what is heat specific heat capacity? I'll explain once again and then I'll write it with all the examples and values. Okay. Okay, so I'll explain again once more everyone. Okay, see, okay, I'll explain it again with an example. Suppose we had 30 kg water, and what we did is we checked that its temperature is, let's say, 20 degrees Celsius. We changed it to 30 degrees Celsius, and we checked for the heat. Let's say heat was how much? 1000 calorie. Let's say the heat required was 1000 calorie.
1000.
Now, first step, what we'll do? We'll find the heat for 1 degree Celsius
1 degree Celsius.
change. What we call this heat is
Specific heat.
specific heat. Very good.
Specific heat.
This heat will be the actual heat
No.
divided by
Heat capacity है वो.
Sir, heat capacity है.
Capacity.
हाँ.
So we'll divide by the temperature change.
हाँ.
Got idea?
या मतलब 100 आएगा.
Exactly. So okay, like this.
मतलब 1 लीटर के लिए 10 कैलोरी.
Exactly. So this will be basically this will result in 100 calorie for each degree Celsius. Got the idea?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
We call it heat capacity. Heat capacity. Now, what we are going to do, we'll be now finding for each kg. Okay, so we call it as specific
Heat capacity.
heat capacity. So specific heat capacity means for each kg. So I'll say
मतलब divide by 30.
50 of each kg. Yeah. So heat capacity of each kg. Okay. So let's say instead of 30, we make it 50. Okay. So the calculation will be easy.
2 calorie.
It will be 100 divided by 50. So it will be 2 calorie for each kg and each degree Celsius.
Sorry. Yes.
So I guess everyone is now okay with this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So based
मतलब
on
अगर उन्होंने 100 पूछा तो हम मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे.
exactly, फिर हमसे पूछेगा तो बाद में हम मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे.
आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं.
I'll write the definition, proper definitions of these three things. Okay. So let's start. So now you know, if I ask the heat required, now I'll ask the heat required. I'll ask the heat required for, see, this will become as a question. I'm asking for heat required for 20 kg water from 10 degree to 40 degree. So I guess now you know what we are going to do for the heat. As we know, this is for 1 kg. So 2 will multiply with 20.
20
That is
into
for 1 degree Celsius. Another change will be multiplying with 40 minus 10.
30 मतलब
30. So the heat is going to be 2 into 20
into 30
calorie.
मतलब 40 into 30.
Exactly. So I guess with this,
1200.
yeah, with this example, I think the things are clear. Okay. So from this to this, the heat required. Okay, so I won't write the water. I say 50 kg substance
Okay.
or object, because for water it is fixed now. So if I write water, later you will be saying, sir, the answer is incorrect. Okay, so that's why let's say this is some arbitrary object. Okay, so I guess now the things are clear. Heat capacity, specific heat capacity, and then recalculating the
yeah.
heat. Okay, so let's discuss these in a formal way. Formal way means with the definition and all. Okay, so let's start with heat capacity then.
सर मतलब अलग-अलग मटेरियल्स के लिए फिक्स होगा ना?
Yeah, exactly. So heat capacity. See, heat capacity. So I'll say, now you know what is the heat capacity, how we defined it. Can someone state the definition?
Heat for 1 degree change.
Exactly, very good. So
The heat required for 1 degree change.
it is the heat
Heat required for 1 degree change.
yeah, it is the heat required to increase the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. Okay, what will be now its unit, or let's say in on which things it will depend. So let's say on which things it will depend. So will it depend the object type?
Definitely.
Okay, so it depends upon object type. It depends upon things. Number one, object type.
Yes.
Object type. Type means material.
Hmm.
Then will it depend upon the mass?
Yes.
Yes,
will
because for 30 kg, if you pick 30 kg water, it will be much higher than for a 5 kg water.
5 kg watt.
Okay, so for 5 kg water, the change in temperature will be tough, easy, but for the 30 kg, it will be tough. So of course, mass of the object. So this one is an important one. That
Sir,
mass of
again,
the object.
density will matter, na?
Yeah, density is material only, na.
Huh.
Density means material only. And one more thing, the initial temperature of the object.
Yeah.
Earlier I explained in the previous lecture. Because I took similar in this example, but earlier I said like for changing 10 to 20 degrees Celsius will be tough as compared to 80 to 90 degrees Celsius.
Yes.
You remember the idea now? Because at 10 degrees Celsius it is more stable, so to change it 20 will be tough, but for 80 degrees Celsius it is already disturbed, so to
Yeah.
change it 90 degree will be easy. Okay, so on these things the heat capacity depend. If I state the formula for heat capacity, you can simply say that the heat capacity will be defined as the heat required and how much temperature is changed. Okay, so temperature change.
Delta T.
Yeah, so like that we can discuss the this heat capacity. So the heat capacity we can define it with let's say H, but the heat required we define it with Q. So I'll write heat capacity, let's say it is H, and the heat required is Q upon delta T. Now what will be its unit then?
क्यों लिखेंगे क्या?
Yeah, so heat required ko we are writing Q. Remember, the heat required is written as Q,
हाँ.
not the this heat capacity. Okay, heat capacity is H. The heat required is Q. So what will be the its unit then? Because heat required is calculated in calorie,
Calorie per हाँ calorie और
or
joule
this
हुआ
can be in degree Celsius or
Degree
Kelvin
Celsius.
Fahrenheit और Kelvin.
Fahrenheit.
or Fahrenheit, degree Fahrenheit. So its unit will be then calorie per degree Celsius or joule per degree Celsius or Kelvin. Okay,
कुछ भी.
yeah, वो consider कर सकते हैं. That's not a problem. I guess heat capacity is okay. Let's see the specific heat capacity then.
हाँ.
Okay, so to specific heat capacity we represent it with the letter S. Okay, Yeah. Now, what is the definition of a specific heat capacity? Anyone?
Heat
Sir,
capacity for each liter or kg.
Kg. Yeah, for kg.
the amount of heat required to change its temperature by 1 degree Celsius for 1 kg.
Okay. So I took a name unit mass. So this unit mass can be in gram or in kg also. So if the question is about the kg, you can divide by the kg, or if it is about the gram, you can use the gram also. Not a problem. Okay. Let's see on which parameter it depends. It depends upon, it
Okay.
depends
Material.
upon, yeah. So number one is material type.
Hmm.
Material type. Second, now it doesn't depend upon the mass of object because
Yeah.
it is specific related to material only. So if I stated for water, so it will be same for water, any amount of water. All you needed will be multiply it with that amount of water. Okay. So it will depend upon the material type and initial temperature. Okay. Initial temperature of object. And do remember, it does not depend upon the mass.
हाँ. सर फिर इनिशियल टेम्परेचर पे भी क्यों डिपेंड करेगा?
Because like I said na, initial temperature to temperature is changing the internal kinetic energy of molecule. Suppose
हाँ.
the molecule is at 10 degrees Celsius, to change it 20 degrees Celsius will be tough, but an object is already at 400 degrees Celsius. To change its temperature 410 will be easy because
हाँ.
it is already disturbed. Okay, so that's what I mean by initial temperature. Okay.
हाँ हाँ. Yes sir.
Let's see then the formula for heat capacity will be specific heat capacity. I'm saying
हाँ.
specific
H.
heat capacity. So क्या होगा, हीट कैपेसिटी डिवाइडेड बाय मास. जो हीट
Yeah.
कैपेसिटी आया था उसमें मास का डिवाइड कर देंगे, काम बन जाएगा. So I'll say
Yeah.
heat capacity
Divide by unit mass.
divided by mass, total mass. So the answer will be in unit mass now. Okay, and the formula for heat capacity itself, it was Q upon delta T. Remember, it was Q upon delta T, while the
Divide.
mass divided by mass.
मतलब
So
Q
that
over delta T into M.
yes, exactly. Q upon M and delta T will be at the denominator. Okay, so this will be the formula for specific heat capacity.
हाँ, important है.
So this Q we already know, it is heat required.
Yeah. मतलब कैलोरी पर
This will be in calorie. This is mass.
ग्राम कुछ
You
भी हो
already know gram or kg, and this
सकता
you know temperature change.
है. Yeah.
It will be either in degree Celsius or Kelvin or any other.
Sorry.
The specific heat will have a unit of
कैलोरी पर
calorie per
ग्राम into
degree Celsius or calorie per
kg Celsius.
yeah.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Now one more thing, that 1 kcal means, I guess it's clear, kcal means kilocalorie,
Kilocal.
1000 calorie. So what happens when you discuss the thing about the kg? So for 1 kg, the temperature, the heat required is way more. It is very high. So for change of kg, what we can do, we can use kilocalorie. Instead of calorie, what we can use? kilocalorie.
K
Okay.
cal.
So that means I can solve the question as that 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius is very equivalent to 1 kilocalorie per kg degree Celsius. Okay, why? Because kilocalorie means 1000 आएगा न्यूमरेटर में and kg means 1000 आएगा डिनोमिनेटर में. So that means after cancel out they will remain at calorie per gram only. So that's why you can write 1
Sir.
calorie per gram in kg
तो
also.
फिर हमने वेरी सिमिलर क्यों डाला है? इक्वल डाल सकते हैं
Yeah, equally है. Sorry, my mistake. It's equal only.
हाँ.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess this specific heat is okay. Now, the thing is that we have calculated a specific heat for all sort of materials. So now what we can do, the question will be regarding the heat. It will be said that you know the heat capacity of, let's say, water, iron, all the materials you already know that what are the specific heat capacity. So then you can follow the heat also. Then you can calculate the heat also. Okay.
हाँ.
One more thing, I guess I already explained. Sometimes the question is in terms of joule also, or joule per gram or kg degree Celsius.
हाँ, मतलब तो फिर डायरेक्ट रिलेशन यूज करेंगे ना. 1
What
कैलोरी
is the relation in
4.18
joule? How
इक्वल
much joule is
4.18
there? Which is higher, calorie or joule?
जूल. सॉरी, हाँ जूल ही.
No,
जूल में होगा.
calorie is higher.
हाँ सॉरी.
That's why 1 calorie is 4.18
4.18 जूल.
joule. Clear, everyone?
हाँ.
So I guess I explained it earlier in the previous lecture. Huh?
Yes sir, it was there.
Writing it. Yeah, good. Okay, then there is a term like I wrote it here, specific heat capacity. There is a term called molar specific heat capacity.
Okay.
Okay, so where have you heard this term molar?
Chemistry.
Chemistry. Okay, so you know about what is mole and all?
Yeah.
Yes,
sir.
Yes.
Okay, can someone explain what is mole? How we calculate the mole?
Sir, 1 mole means
6.022 into 10 power
0.02 into 10 to
23.
the power 23.
atoms of any.
Okay,
Any object.
that is fine. If I give you, you have 20 gram of water, how much mole is available there? Or how many atoms are there?
20 mole.
Huh?
20 into 6.023 into 10 power
नहीं,
20.
नहीं, नहीं,
20
20 नहीं, 20 नहीं. अरे, not like that. You have to calculate mole. As you know that 1 mole means how many atoms?
6.022 into 10 power 23.
Okay, this is fine. But first you need to calculate now how many moles are there. Then you can say, if I say 2 moles water is there, then you know, you will multiply it with 2. So you haven't calculated the mole. So what I am asking is, do you know the formula for mole?
Yes.
Yeah, what is that? What's that?
Weight over
Gram
molecular
by
weight.
atomic mass.
Okay, very good. Then it is fine. Then it is fine. So I guess you know about the mole, how to calculate it. So I'll go to the molar.
18 ग्राम कर दो ना, मतलब कट हो जाएगा.
वो कट हो जाएगा.
ठीक है, चलो मैं 36 करूंगा फिर. Okay. So that means 2 mole will have 2 mole of water. Okay. So let's come to the that part. Although we'll not be discussing it in physics, usually it is mostly it is used in chemistry. But I'll explain that you know the term at least. So the term is molar heat capacity. So this is represented as C. Okay.
Yeah.
So specific heat capacity was represented as S, heat capacity as H, molar specific heat as C. It is very similar to specific heat capacity, but it is defined for the substance. So, like earlier, uh, we discussed this S as a Q, sorry, H as a Q by delta T. Okay, change in temperature. Then for S, we discussed that we'll be dividing with the
M.
mass also. So instead of mass, here we use what? Moles. Instead of mass, if we use mole, then the term will be molar specific heat.
Yeah.
Okay, not molar heat. I'll write molar specific heat capacity. So the term is molar specific heat capacity, which is C. So it is very similar to specific heat capacity, but there we used for specific heat, I'll write specific heat, it was Q by mass into delta T. So this was a specific heat capacity, but molar heat capacity will be the heat required N into delta T. Okay, where N is what?
Number of moles.
Yeah,
Number of moles.
moles. Okay, and delta T, you know already, temperature change. Okay, and Q, it is heat.
Heat required.
Heat required.
Definition of specific molar specific heat capacity, then its definition, the amount of heat
Required to increase the temperature by 1 degree Celsius
for
for
substance. Clear? The amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of substance by 1 degree Celsius.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it's fine. So what will be its unit then? Its unit will be calorie
per
mole degree Celsius.
yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Huh. So this will be calorie per mole degree Celsius for molar specific heat. Now, as I said, specific heat capacity is dependent upon the material type, as depends upon material type. Yeah, but this, see, this depends upon the process also. Okay, so it is not like ki, it will be same for all. Let's say if I say for hydrogen gas you are heating it. Okay, so you are heating the hydrogen gas. So for 1 degree Celsius, 1 mole, the heat came up, let's say 40 degrees, 40 calorie. So
Yeah.
will it be the C? No. It depends upon the process, how you are going to heat a gas. So do you know any processes how you can heat a gas?
कैसे करेंगे?
Yeah, I'll explain. You take a container, you give it a heat from a flame burner.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a simple method. You can heat by burning. What is the second method? That you take a gas, but its upper lid, it is movable. Now what you do? You compress it
नीचे डालो.
very fast. What will happen? The gas will be
Close.
and in the process you will see its temperature will
Increase.
increase. Okay, so if you do the process very fast, it will be a different process, and if you do the process slowly, it will be a different process. Third, if you keep certain weight above this lid, so automatically this is going to fall very
Soon.
So again, this will be a different process. For each process, you will see the amount of heat required for the change temperature will be different. So C will be different for all four processes I explained. So this you study in class 11th in chemistry. Okay, clear? So we'll not
सर कौन से चैप्टर के अंडर आता है?
thermodynamics.
ओके सर.
Yeah, so don't worry about that. You will study it there, that how it depends upon the different type of processes. For now you can just rely on this, that there is a term molar specific heat which depends upon different processes, how you are going to change the temperature of the substance. Okay, okay, so are these terms very clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Heat capacity, specific heat capacity, and then we define the molar specific heat capacity. Okay, even I'll write that it depends upon upon the process by which temperature is changed. Okay, clear this term? Okay, so
Yes.
this was it. Now there is next term which is called latent heat.
Yeah.
Okay, so till now we have concluded how many terms? H means what?
Specific, sorry, heat
Heat
capacity.
capacity. S
S
means
means
what?
specific heat
Specific heat
C
capacity.
means
means molar heat capacity.
Q
Specific
means
heat required.
heat
Heat
required.
required.
L means
Latent heat.
Latent
okay.
heat.
Very good, yeah. Okay, so I guess you will be familiar soon. You will be very familiar with all these terms. Okay, so let's come to the latent heat. Okay, latent heat. Acha, latent heat is the term. Latent heat means it is hidden heat. So it is also known as it is also known as hidden heat. Hidden heat. Okay, one more term. I guess you already know here what how we calculate the number of mole, but I'll write it at the corner. I'll write how we can calculate the number of moles. Number of moles. How we calculate? Weight in gram.
Upon atomic weight. Upon atomic or molecular.
Yeah, atomic weight. Okay. Yeah. So this latent is now why it is called hidden heat. You see, suppose why it is called hidden heat. I'll explain. Suppose you have a minus 40 degrees Celsius ice.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have minus 40 degrees Celsius ice. If you give it heat, its temperature will rise. So let's say I have provided
Yes.
it Q. Q means heat. Q means only the heat. Okay, so I have given it certain heat. What will happen now? Its temperature will rise. When it will come to 0 degrees Celsius, which is its
Melting
melting
point.
point. Now, what will happen if you further give it heat?
So it will change into liquid state.
It will change into liquid state. So
Sir,
now,
yes, but for some time the temperature will be constant.
yeah, exactly. So the temperature won't change and it will become now water.
Water.
It was ice
And now
initially and it became the water. So what happened to this heat? If you solve it using the formula delta T, so is there any temperature change for this particular section?
no.
So as you can see, there is no temperature change during this heat. So I'll write during this heat given, no temperature changed.
Yeah.
So that means if you see through the formula, like S was what? S was Q upon M into delta T. So what will be the Q? You can calculate if you know mass, if you know specific heat, if you know the temperature change, you can calculate the heat needed. But as the temperature change is zero, the specific heat term will be vanished. It will give you zero result. So that
Yeah.
means we will have to define a hidden heat, which is not going to change the temperature. So
Column.
this heat is termed as latent heat. Got the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, so this hidden heat is called latent heat. So that means it can happen at two places where when ice changes to water
Water, and when water
will
changes
change
to
to
steam.
exactly steam. So it can happen at two places. So how we'll define this latent heat then? Latent heat, phase change. ओके फेज चेंज के लिए कितना हमें रिक्वायरमेंट है उसको हम लेटेंट हीट बोलते हैं सो लेट्स राइट दैट मींस here the heat will be latent heat. So we define it with this, like the heat required, there will be no temperature change now. The heat required to change the temperature, to change the phase of unit mass of a object.
Mass of
Change the phase of unit mass of
object.
any object. Okay, so it means it will be defined as latent heat will be defined as latent heat will be defined as the heat required. Now we don't need to change the temperature. Heat required for phase change only and mass of the object. Clear? Heat required for phase change, and we know there will be two type of phase change. That means there will be two type of latent heat. So let me write it with the formula that latent heat will be the heat required divided by mass only. But remember, this is a heat required for
phase change.
not the usual one. Okay, this is not
तो
the
फिर
usual
Q
one.
के नीचे P डाल देंगे ना phase change के लिए.
Yeah. No, not required. Just you can write the Q only. But need to remember when you use L, this has to be in terms of phase change. Okay.
Okay.
So this is heat. This is mass. So that means the unit is very simple for latent heat. It will be unit will be calorie
Per
Per gram or kg.
ग्राम और केजी.
gram or kg. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Simple.
it's simple, but like I said, we need to define for different type of phases. So for phase change, if I take phase change, let's say phase change हो रहा है कहाँ से कहाँ पर solid to
जैसे liquid.
liquid. So we name it as
Latent heat of fusion.
yeah, very good. Latent heat of fusion. Okay, now if it changes from liquid to gas, so the term will be
Latent heat of vaporization.
very good.
हाँ.
It is
Yeah.
latent heat of vaporization.
Vaporization.
Okay, so it will be latent heat of vaporization. So based on that, we can calculate any sort of heat. So I'll write now heat calculation. How we'll do the heat calculation? Heat calculation. So we know when there is temperature change, I'll write for temperature change. For temperature change, the formula will be, now you know the formula Q will be, as we know, S is equal to Q by M into delta T. So Q will be S into m into s into delta t. So the formula for Q will be m into s into
delta t.
delta t. So this will be for
Hmm.
phase change, and where s is specific heat capacity, and as this is defined for materials, it will be given in the question. Okay, now for phase change, how we can calculate the heat for the phase change? So we know Q, as we know, L will be Q by M only, no required of temperature change. So it will be just M into L. Okay, so where L is latent heat. Okay,
Hmm.
so what we can do, we can learn these values for specific objects, but remember it will be given in question. For different sort of object, it will be given in question. So I'll explain for let's say for which objects we need to learn these values. For water we can learn. Okay,
Yeah.
so for water we need to remember all the values.
सर टेबल ही कर देते हैं ना.
Yeah, for water we can do. So not for the water, let's say we'll start with ice.
ओके.
So let's say
राइस का भी एक होगा या उसी को भी वाटर में डाल देंगे?
नहीं नहीं, अलग अलग होगा ना, ऑब्जेक्ट्स का सबका अलग अलग रहता है. ठीक है.
हाँ.
सो अगर हम आइस का देखें, सो आइस का इट इज 1/2 और 0.5.
ओके.
0.5 और 1/2. I'll write 1/2.
स्पेसिफिक हीट है ना ये?
Yeah, specific heat capacity. So it is
हाँ.
1/2 calorie per gram degree Celsius, or you can write it kilocalorie also. So kilocalorie
कैलोरी
per
पर ग्राम
kg
ही है
degree
ना?
Celsius. Yeah,
सब यूनिट्स.
unit.
सॉरी, जो हम सब ये वैल्यूज देख रहे हैं वो कैलोरी पर ग्राम डिग्री सेल्सियस में ही होंगे ना?
हाँ, कैलोरी पर ग्राम में. इफ यू वांट टू यूज इन केजी, देन द आंसर विल बी इन किलो कैलोरी.
ओनली बट विल प्रेफर कैलोरी पर ग्राम.
Yeah, for joule also we can calculate.
हाँ.
Okay, so joule will be how much? Let's say 4.18 na.
हाँ
So
तो
divide by 2, it will be 2.09.
2.09.
Okay, so we can also write it 2.09, or 09 we can approximately write 2.1. Okay, 2.1. Now it will be joule per gram degree Celsius. Okay, so it's okay. I guess the units are not a problem. You will solve whichever unit is given or asked. Okay, let's see then as water. As water is exactly 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius, or 1 kilocalorie per kg degree Celsius. The similar you can do for joule also. Okay, now
yeah.
there is a problem. 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius means that if you change 1 degree Celsius temperature for 1 gram of water, the answer has to be 1 calorie. Okay, but you remember how the 1 calorie is defined? Do you remember?
Yes.
From where to where we change the temperature?
From 14.5 to 15.
हाँ 15.5 ये
Yeah, which
वो
means,
ग्राम था पहले.
yeah, which means water, we have written it as a water 1, but it is not the exact one. Okay, so this is for numerical solving purpose. This is for
न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्विंग.
for numerical solving. Otherwise the S of water changes for different temperature. Otherwise S water changes from 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius. And how it changes, I'll explain with the graph.
ओके.
So it's like, it changes like this. Okay, so the value, the minimum value the minimum value it goes 0.999.
हाँ मतलब 1 ही.
So nearly 1, because numerical it won't be a much of a problem. Huh? And for the highest value for 100 degrees Celsius it goes 1.008. So even that won't be a problem while solving the
हाँ,
question.
मतलब 0.1 का भी डिफरेंस नहीं आ रहा है.
Exactly. So that's why
कुछ उपयोग नहीं इतना.
for numerical purposes we don't consider it. But like I said, it depends upon the initial temperature. So it will be different if you say for 40 degrees Celsius. Of course, it will be different from 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. So of course that will be a problem, but for numerical purposes we'll be using the value 1. So you see where the value is exact 1. So that exact 1
14.5.
exactly at 15 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
It is exact 1. So now you know that for water how it changes and how you can take that. Okay, now as water is okay, now then as steam.
हाँ.
Steam, so for steam it is 0.47 calorie per gram degree Celsius. So you know S is least for what? Steam.
हाँ.
Is minimum.
Yeah.
S
Maximum for water.
and then S water. So I guess the sequence is clear to everyone.
Yeah, pretty clear.
Yeah, but what is the problem for numerical purposes? To solve 0.7 will be tough. So even for numerical purposes, we will take it as 0.5.
हाँ ठीक है.
But always remember while
Steam
solving,
के लिए कम है.
yeah, you will be used to solving 0.5. So due to that solving, never say that the S steam will be equal to S ice.
हाँ.
Is it true?
Sir,
No.
हम हमारे
We are
convenience
solving
No, sir.
for the solving purpose, but the real value is
0.47.
yeah. This is just an approximation, not the exact value. Okay, so S is okay. Then there is latent heat. So latent heat, let's say for L, ice to water. Ice to water. How much heat is required? So it is 80 calorie per gram.
Okay.
देख रहे हो काफी ज्यादा हीट है. For 1 gram, you will require 80 calorie. While for 1 gram, its temperature can be raised from 0 to 80 degrees Celsius. Na? In 80 calorie, you can raise its temperature from 0 to 80. So see, the melting is not that easy part. Are you getting it? You can raise the temperature from 1 degree Celsius to 80 degrees Celsius in 80 calorie heat. That much of heat is required just to melt the ice. Got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And one more thing, it will be very high to even convert it into steam. The conversion into steam is way more tough. Okay. The conversion of heat, the conversion of water into steam is way more tough than just melting it. So let's see. L for water to steam. It is near about 540.
इतना?
Exactly. इतना ज्यादा. तो सच में टफ होता है. You can see ना, steam, conversion of steam is not an easy task.
हाँ.
Okay, even melt, you can melt by your own heat also, but you can never convert it into steam. So that means steam is very high. Now, what is the reason why it is very high? बताए?
Molecules में जो bond
बहुत
break
ज्यादा डिफरेंस लेके आना पड़ेगा. So L
हाँ.
steam or L vaporization is way greater than L fusion because for solid to liquid the molecule separation required is very less. Okay, solid का packing suppose इतना है, So for liquid packing will be like this much only. But for gases, the difference needed is way more higher. Got the idea?
Yeah.
Okay, so because do I need to write the complete thing? I'll just write in shortcuts. Because the molecular separation required is more for gases compared to liquids. Clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone is okay with these two formula. Whenever I'll say the temperature change, you can calculate the heat with this. And whenever I'll ask the temperature change for not temperature change, the phase change, you can use this for your calculation. Okay, so we can do some example based on this. Let's see certain example and
Okay.
then we'll move forward. So if I say find the heat required in joule, find the heat required in joule for melting 1 kg of ice at 0 degree Celsius. See, so which heat is to be used now? Which formula will be used?
Sorry.
Which formula will be used for
ml.
melting of ml only? Okay, no temperature change is required, as no temperature change is required. Only melting is required. So which means the formula will be Q is equal to M into L. What is M?
Mass.
Mass. L is the unit of L is 80 calorie per gram. So that we should use the mass in gram only. So this will be 1000 gram, while the latent heat is 80 calorie per gram. So gram are going to cancel and the answer will be 80,000 calorie. So what you can do, you can convert it into kilocalorie. You can write 80 kilocalorie. Now the question is asking in joule. So you can write here that 1 calorie is how much?
Divided by 4.18.
Not divided by 1 calorie is 4.18 joule. So that means here we have to multiply, or 1 kilocalorie will be kilojoule. Okay, kilojoule. So
4180.
yes, you can write 8 into 4.18 kilojoule. If you want to calculate in terms of only joule, you can just multiply with
4180.
1000. So this much will be joule. Clear, everyone? So this answer was in calorie. Will depend upon your options, whether the answer is in kilocalorie, calorie, kilojoule or joule. Will depend upon the option, which type of option is there, and based on that you can use. Now is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Now I'll change this question a bit. See, now I won't be asking in joule, I'll just ask in calorie. So find the heat required, find the heat required in calorie, find the heat required in calorie to melt down 50 gram, or let's say 100 gram to make the calculation easy, I am taking 100 gram. 100 gram of ice of minus 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, so what we can do then? Melting of ice.
हाँ, अब ये
Melting
फेस चेंज में चला गया.
melting of ice, and you can just calculate Q is equal to m into
MS.
L. M is 100 gram and the melting is
हाँ,
80.
80.
So the value will be 8000
calories
calorie.
or 8
Okay.
kilocalories.
Yeah, 8 kilocalorie, and this is wrong.
Because we didn't
सर
take
लेकिन ये -40 का क्या यूज है फिर?
Exactly, because we cannot melt ice at minus 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we'll need to bring it at 0 degree Celsius first. Okay, so we'll need to bring it at 0 degree Celsius, then melt. Okay, so इसका मतलब first will require what? Temperature change. Got the idea?
Yes.
Okay, so first we'll change temperature. Okay, temperature from minus 40 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. So now which sort of formula will be used then? Q will be
Temperature change.
temperature change. MS
S
delta T. So Q, M is how much? 100 gram.
100
Now
grams.
what is the S? For ice,
हाफ
half. And how much is the temperature change?
40
40.
मतलब
So the Q will be
2K.
2000 calorie. So in the side I'll write that S of ice is how much? 1/2 calorie per gram degree Celsius.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it's clear to everyone now.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we'll change the temperature from minus 40 degrees Celsius to
0.
0 degree Celsius. So the heat required is this. Now we'll melt this. So for melting of ice, वो already हमने calculate कर लिया था. For melting of ice at 0 degree Celsius. So the heat will be Q is equal to M into L. So M was 100, L is 80. The answer will be 8000 calorie. So the total heat required will calculate now.
10,000.
Yeah. So total heat required
Equal.
to melt ice minus 40 degrees Celsius. So total heat required will be then first the heat minus 40 to 0, then melting. So it will be, let's write these values as Q1 and Q2. So let's say this is Q1 and the melting was Q2. So the heat required total will be Q1 plus Q2. So which is 2000 plus 8000. So the answer will be 10,000 calorie, or I can write 10
10 kilocalories.
kilocalorie.
Yeah.
So now tell me, is this okay? Everyone is okay with this?
Yes.
Sir.
Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll give one more example on the same criteria, but here will require so many things. So let's see whether you catch it properly or not. I'm asking, find the heat required. Find the heat required to heat, or find the heat required to melt 50 gram of 50 gram ice of minus 60 degrees Celsius and bring it to 60 degrees Celsius, or let's say bring it to 80 degrees Celsius water.
Okay.
Clear? So that means how many steps will be required now?
3.
3 steps. That's very good, very clear. What we'll do from minus 60 degrees Celsius of ice, make this chart, okay?
0 degree.
Yeah, from this ice, first we need to bring it 0 degrees Celsius.
0 degree.
Okay, so first we'll bring it to 0 degrees Celsius of ice, then we'll melt it in
Yeah.
0 Celsius of
Temperature water.
water, and then we'll bring it
Bring it to 80 degrees.
80 degrees Celsius. So 3 type of heats of are involved here.
Yeah.
Q, temperature change.
Hmm.
Q, temperature change. So the formula will be ms delta T.
Yeah.
Here Q will be ml as only
Phase
phase change. Now here it will be Q is equal to again
MS delta.
ms delta T.
because temperature change. Now what is the problem in these two cases? The S will be quite different. यहाँ पे S क्या होगा? Ice.
Half.
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 For ice it is half. Here L will be
1.
1.
not 1. Melting
Sorry.
is there.
80.
Okay. Now here S will be S of water.
1. 1. 1.
It will
1.
be 1. Okay. So first everyone calculate all the 3 heats. All 3 heats calculate the temperature. The mass is 50 gram. Okay. Mass is 50 grams. Solve it fast and give me the answer total calculation.
Sir, text करे.
Yeah, you
Sir?
can just you can speak up. What is the total answer?
9,500 calories.
Yes, sir.
9,500. Everyone is getting the same answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, let me see whether it's correct or not. 15 to S of ice is half into temperature changes 60 to 0. That means the change is
1,500.
1,500.
so it will be 1,500.
1500.
Okay. Now then for 0 degree
ml use करेंगे.
melting. So for melting, we know we named it as a Q2. So this will be Mn2L. So M is 50, L is 80. How much?
4,000.
Calorie. Good. Then for 0 degree, water to 80 degree.
हाँ.
So
Same ही
then,
आ रहा है sir.
yeah, Q will be MS delta T.
Delta T.
S तो चला गया क्योंकि 1 है.
1 and delta T is 80 degrees Celsius.
4,000.
तो 4,000.
It is 4,000 calorie only. So then the answer total heat, yeah,
9,000.
9,500.
total heat Q will be Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. So it will be resulted as 10,000. How much? 448, 9,500. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I guess you have got the idea proper how to calculate the heat and these things. Okay. So in the
Yes,
next
sir.
we'll be discussing what will happen if we mix two objects. In the earlier I explained. Let's go to the
Bucket and glass of water.
glass and the bucket of water example. here I explained that the final temperature will not be 80 because the heat loss is equal to heat gain happens, not the temperature loss is equal to temperature gain.
टेम्परेचर गेन
That means,
ऐसा कोई नहीं है लो
yeah, we can see that how much temperature this will change and how much temperature. So it depends upon mass also.
सर आपने जो 45 डिग्री सेल्सियस का एग्जांपल दिया ना,
Yeah.
तो फिर उसमें अगर उन दोनों के मास वगैरह सब सेम
Same
होता
होंगे.
तो ये 45 होता ना.
Then it is possible. So that's why you can see I haven't written it wrong.
हाँ.
You see, I haven't written it wrong. What I wrote
Not
it,
always.
Not always true.
always true. It is true when the masses are same, when the objects are similar in mass and properties. Okay, then it is possible. Otherwise, we'll have to calculate. So in the next lecture, we'll be calculating what will happen if we mix two objects. Okay,
Okay.
Yes, sir.
fine. So that's it for today, I guess. Okay, we'll be discussing the rest in next lecture. Okay,
Yes.
till this
Yes.
point,
Sir,
anyone? Any
For
doubt? Yeah.
that sound test
Yeah.
solution.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Of course. Tomorrow I'll post sure. Tomorrow for sure I'll give the link. Okay.
Yes. सर नहीं तो आज हम 3 o'clock को या फिर 3:30 को
No,
इंडिविजुअल.
I have another lecture for 3 o'clock.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'll be posting in the evening. Tomorrow I'll give you link everyone. Huh?
हाँ.
Yeah. Okay then.
Okay,
Bye bye
sir.
everyone.
Bye, sir.
Bye,
Bye
sir.
sir.
Have a nice
bye
day.
everyone. Yeah, you too.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.